Hi guys. So I'm bored. So here is my incomprehensive explanation to the world. This is just no excuse to ramble about shit that doesn't matter because that's kind of my speciality, if you know what I mean. So basically, we are on Earth, which is a planet, and we rotate. We kind of like spin. I think we're on an axis because that makes sense. And when we spin, it's like the fucking it's day night, day night, day night, and the sun just kind of like stays doing sun shit. It stays still, and we does the moon move? Oh shit! I actually didn't think about that. I think the moon probably moves. That seems fitting. I don't know what moves and what doesn't. See, I'm very unqualified. Okay, so the sun doesn't move, and then whilst we're like doing a little spinny spin day night on our fucking axis, and we're going round and round the sun, and that's the seasons and the year. So when we complete a full rotation of the sun, by the way, is this big giant ball of like fucking star. You know, it's a star and it's really fucking hot. So you're not allowed there. Yeah, like if you're just not allowed to go there. It's like or is it even real? You know what I mean? Because it could be that one, the earth is actually flat and it does fuck all and it just kind of like is flat. And then the sky is actually just this big dome and it's all like a projection and the moon isn't real and we never went to the moon and nothing is real and there's this big ice wall around the earth protected by like the government and we're not allowed to leave. Or it could be hollow earth. I kind of fuck with hollow earth where I'm not well versed in anything. So I don't know if it's that we're living inside the earth or if it's that all the elites live inside the earth and they've got all these tunnels and the hole is like in Antarctica or like North Pole or something, and that's how you get in. It's definitely Antarctica, and that's how you like enter. And it's like you got all spaceships and shit, and it's all vibes. But only the elite people are allowed to go there. Only like the lizard people are allowed to live there. And if you do go there, you'll probably get murdered by the government or something. I mean, I'll probably get murdered by the government for even saying this because it's just such it's the truth and they want to silence me. And whatever happened to freedom of speech? Anyway, you know what I mean? I feel like freedom of speech is like so fucked nowadays. No, I actually don't think it is. See, I don't know. Statement of the fucking century, I don't know. Okay, so and then so everything is made of carbon. Not everything, a lot of things. Shit that is important and organic, that shit's all made of carbon. It's very important. Carbon is cool. So as I've been told, so like all the basic shit is carbon. All the grow shit is carbon because yeah. And isn't it kind of mad how like trees are just kind of like made from the air? Like if you actually think about it, you're like this massive ass tree and it can grow and it makes all this fucking wood and it's all because carbon. Like it just takes in carbon and fucking photosynthesizes carbon. Anyway, no, maybe I got that wrong. I don't know. I got 4 in biology. Don't fucking ask. I got 5 actually. Fuck you, I got 5. And anyway, and then there's like all this energy can't be created or destroyed. That is an important one. So it's just kind of like energy. You know what I mean? And everyone's trying to think about energy. It's like it's like the big money maker. You know what I mean? They're like, how? Because it's very important. But it doesn't actually have to be important. we could just do away with the whole thing and go back to fucking caveman times, but we'd still have energy because fire. Because fire. And that's me using carbon. Fuck you. So yeah, because they burn shit. But then also burning shit's like not allowed nowadays because it's like bad for the environment. I don't know why I put that in air quotes. It's actually a very real fact because it like releases shit into the air. Like we're not allowed to burn coal anymore. That's like a big no-no, or oil, because that's also a big no-no. You're not allowed to do anything anymore. God damn it. And so it's like fucking important or not important or yes important. And so we all just kind of like mill around on this like earth made of grass, and there's layers to the earth. There's layers because okay, so forget what I told you about the fucking hollow earth isn't real. Fuck you. Or it is, I don't know. It isn't. Fuck you. So there's layers. There's the core, self-explanatory, it's the fucking core, and then there's the mantle. No, inner core, outer core. Inner core, outer core. Yeah, and then there's the mantle, which is just kind of like lava, and that's like about volcanoes because everything's made of like tectonic plates, and it all shifts and moves, and that's like what was it called, Pangea, and that was like that originally, and blah blah blah, and then there's the crust, and the crust is like where all the action happens. The crust is where all the plates are, and earthquakes, volcanoes, etc. So you know there's like islands, like Hawaii and shit, that are just like made of volcanoes, because even though they're not like on a plate margin, which is normally where all the action happens, like fucking what is it, Iceland, Greenland, Iceland, it's on a plate boundary, so they get like all volcanoes and shit, and I think they have black sand beaches, which is pretty fucking cool, and that's like in fucking Frozen. In Frozen, I remember when the Frozen 2 trailer came out, and I was on YouTube at that time, and it was I was on fucking like I watched Scream Run a lot and like shit like that, like finding Easter eggs and shit. So I watched so many things about fucking Easter eggs in the Frozen 2 trailer, and they're like, okay, so they showed this scene of like Elsa on a black stoned beach, and they're like, oh my god, she goes to fucking Iceland, Norway, whatever the fuck. They're like, this is mad. And I was like, whoa, that's so cool, they got black beaches, that's crazy. Anyway, so volcanic activity fucking on plate boundaries, but then like Hawaii and shit, that is made from hotspots, and it fucking like it's just little bits where like the crust is thinner or fucked up or like having a bad day or something, and so it just kind of like creates volcanoes and like spurts out fucking islands like Moana. Why is everything Disney? Oh my god, what? Everything's I'm what? Okay, so oh, and Disney, important big companies, everything is part of a big important company nowadays. It's like there's a word for it, probably some kind of word for it, about small companies being taken up by big companies, and then everything's run by the big companies, and it's all big business and it's all evil. Like you know, big farm is like fucking is coming for all of us, and they're trying to kill your kids and give them fucking meth, I don't know, and it's all very fucked up, and that's because of capitalism. See, it all goes back to fucking capitalism, but it doesn't, but it does. And then it's like everyone wants money. All this worthless shit, it's not, well, we give it worth. We decide that it's worth something. The big business decides it's worth something. And then that's like, I wonder where money originated from. I wonder who first came up with the idea, and I wonder if they feel bad for themselves. But basically, I wonder what like fucking ancient people would think if they saw the world today. They'd probably think, what the actual fuck? But they'd probably also be like really amazed. They'd be like, this is amazing. They'd be like, this is fucking awesome. They'd think it was like actually the best. They'd be like, we don't die from the fucking plague anymore. Or we don't, like, we live long lives. They'll be like, how are these people still alive at like 90? We're supposed to die at like 25. They'd be fucking blown away. or they might not be, because the thing about history is that you don't know who to trust. Well, I don't know who to trust, because everyone says a different thing, and I'm like, is old history bad history or good history, or like, who am I supposed to believe? Am I supposed to believe the big institutions? Because I feel like big institutions always have secret agendas that I don't trust. And then they fucking but then aside from the big institutions, you've got all the side people, and like half of those are like nutters and half of those actually have a point, and it's hard to tell who's who. You know what I mean? Like all these people who say that like fucking historians who say that like the world is actually way older than we think it is, and civilization is actually way older than we think it is, because the pyramids, they always talk about the fucking pyramids, and it always goes back to Atlantis. They're like, pyramids, Atlantis, fucking yes, that's always what they fucking think. And it's also kind of related to like eugenics, because everything is like having like a fucking original race, like an original really smart, really cool race of people. It's a bit dodge. Yeah, because like a lot of the fucked people, like a lot of the fucked white supremacists also believed in like shit like that, like an old ancient fucking really cool civilization. You know what I mean? So you know, it's like hard to believe shit like that, because I feel like history has a lot of politics in it, because history, and then also like how they want the world to have been to influence how they think the world should be now. You know what I mean? Everyone's got a secret agenda. I feel like that everyone's got a secret agenda, and they all want you to believe shit, and you have to decide what to believe. And I think, me personally, I think that fucking I don't care. That's what I think. I think that I'll just say no. I don't care. Because it doesn't, well, maybe it does matter. Oh shit, maybe I'm being the wrong person. Maybe my opinions aren't as righteous as I believe them to be. I say righteous, I don't think I'm righteous. But there's something about billionaires that I don't trust, and I feel like that's a pretty universal thing. And also, I feel like the past was really cool for rich people. And if you weren't rich, then you're kind of fucked. Same with now. I feel like poor people always just get the short end of the stick, and rich people just kind of get to do whatever the fuck they want. And that leads back to capitalism. Other methods of ruling, of government, of money, communism. I know a lot of communists. They believe in communism. I don't know, it's a lot of reading. It's a lot of reading. And I don't care to. But like, I'm sure they have a point. I'm sure everyone has a point. The thing is, a lot of people have a lot of things to say about communism, and I am not the person saying it. So I'm just gonna shut my mouth. That's the thing. Everyone's got an opinion on everything, and sometimes they just shouldn't. I don't have opinions on things I shouldn't have opinions on. Or I do, I just don't voice them and act like it's the right opinion. Like, I don't have an opinion on political stuff because I'm not a fucking political person. So I'm not gonna fucking tell people how to live their lives or what to believe in. You know? But then other people do. Like, and it's when you ask, actually, no, this is really elitist, but I don't care. It's when you ask the fucking just people, like, oh, what do you think about recent political event or recent news event? And they're like, oh yeah, here's my opinion on it. And you're like, you're just uneducated. Like, so who the fuck are you to give an opinion on this when you just don't know shit about it? You know what I mean? And so, and it's like, wait, what happened recently? I don't like talking about recent shit because I don't like it. Because I don't like recent shit. I don't like when things happen. I wish everything just stayed. No, I don't. Okay, I'm gonna. I'm always saying the wrong things, you know what I mean? I feel like everyone's always saying the wrong things. And so I feel like we should give other people just a bit more grace, but then other people like have more responsibility than other people. And like maybe that's like given, maybe that's righteous, but maybe it isn't. You know what I mean? Like who are you? Who is anyone to say anything apart from sometimes when they are like a really smart, intellectual, like important person, you're like, yes, you are someone to say something. But it's like who? You know what I mean? Like with shit like journalism, I think journalists are very important people, VIPs. I think they're very important and useful and news. But I also think that it's really hard to tell who to trust. You know what I mean? Especially with like big news organizations where you're like, are you impartial? Are you as impartial as you say you are? Are you telling me the truth? And it's not really like I can find out the truth. It's like, yeah, you can do a bunch of fucking like cross-referencing or whatever the fuck, but where do you find fully unbiased facts? Where? I don't know where, and I don't trust anyone. Like you know how news people, no, like news companies are like fucking getting onto social media nowadays because it's like the way to get news, and it's like, and they're always like, well, on TikTok is where all the young people are getting their news nowadays, so we're gonna move on to TikTok. But if I see anything on TikTok, I'm not gonna believe it. You know what I mean? I just, as a baseline, don't believe what as well, I say don't believe, but I mean that's like a broad sense. If it's like fucking inconsequential, like something that's not, that's like something about something benign, then I will believe it. But if it's something about something important, I'm not gonna believe you. I'd rather just not know than know something wrong. You know what I mean? And like I don't want to be influenced. Don't influence me. I'm an individual. That's what everyone wants to think. Everyone wants to think they're an individual, but it's like, are you really? Because who are you if not you're a product of your environment? That is like a line in something. You know what I mean, though? Yeah, and the Earth. So the Earth spins, and there are planets. There are other planets, and some people think there's life out there, and other people don't. And other people think, and I don't think. So basically, it's like, and all the planets look pretty cool, and some of them are just kind of like not made of solid ground. Some they're just like gas, and they're just fucking like vibing. So I don't really know how they actually know. I do. It's like pulls. It's gravitational pulls. It's all about gravity. I think it's all about no. It's all about physics. It's physics, right? Yep. It's all about science, and science is important. It's like the way forward, and sometimes politics gets involved in science, and that's when it goes bad. And sometimes money gets involved in science, and that's when it also goes bad. And then there's maths, which is like the fucking the sad boy version of science, I feel like, and that because it's like science but make it small and comprehensible and for sad loners who just kind of want to look at numbers and come or whatever the fuck. What was the who is it like? It's all ancient Greek. Ancient Greek is full of all the people who like thought about things first, or is it? Or is it fucking propaganda? I don't know. Do you know? I don't. So, and basically, I feel like it's all ancient Greek. Ancient Greek has all the philosophers, it has all the scientists, it has all the mathematicians, it has all the arts people, has all the writers, it has fucking Homer, Odyssey. But how long did ancient Greek happen for? Because ancient Egypt happened for a fucking while. Like they were going for ages. And then where does Rome come in? Like were the ancient Romans going the same time as the Greeks, or were they after? Because the ancient Rome, I feel like they were more just about conquering people rather than like sitting and dwelling about the stars. You know what I mean? Ancient Rome was more like, let's fucking own everything. You know what I mean? And then there are so many empires, I feel like, which is, I thought about it for a second and I was like, but why did all these ancient people want to take over the world? And it's like all these modern people want to take over the world. And it's like, if I was given that kind of power, then yes, especially in ancient times when everything was kind of like unconquered and all you needed was like a shit ton of horses and people with swords and you can just fucking take over a country. Like, yes, I 100% would take over a fucking country and like um uh not commit atrocities, just kind of like leech off their money. I'd tax them. See, it was all about taxes. It's all about taxes, and I'd just tax them, and then all the people would hate me because they'd be living in poverty, but I'd just be fucking vibing with all my money and horses and elephants. Maybe I'll probably get some elephants in from somewhere and other animals. And in ancient Greek, they had like all these fucking the Colosseum. They just fucking kill animals for fun. And it's like, where is that entertainment anymore? And I feel like kids don't see dead bodies anymore. I mean, they do, but I mean, Live Leak is shut down now. Can you believe that? Um, I don't know when it shut down, but like someone stopped paying for the website. That always happens with like old websites. People just stop paying for them, um, and then they just kind of fade into obscurity. But like, I feel like it's still relevant. You know what I mean? Well, now people can just go on like wherever the fuck they want to see dead bodies. But I feel like in the past, all the kids were saying dead bodies. You know what I mean? Like public hangings, just people dead in the road. Fucking kids were being sent off to war. Kids are still being sent off to war. I feel like that's the thing. When you talk about the past, you're like, oh, in the past everyone's fucking wild, and you're like, in the present everyone is fucking wild, and in the future people will probably still be fucking wild. You know what I mean? Because I feel like human nature is something that doesn't change. Maybe, perhaps, I don't know. The thing about human nature is I don't know if it's real. I an evolution. Oh my god, have you guys heard of evolution? Very important theory. Maybe it's real, maybe it's a theory. I don't know. I read the Bible. So basically, they fucking they know past um evolved from like fucking dust. No, not dust. Organisms. Little like single cell organisms, and then we turned into fish, and then we were fucking, and then we came to the land. And I think that was a mistake. I think we should have never gone into the land in the first place because fish know what's up. And oh, the sea is fucking terrifying. You know that? Like, and I don't know how much of it is still unexplored, but I feel like when people say that has to be an exaggeration. You know what I mean? When they're like, so much percent of the sea is never even explored. But like, what do they mean by explored? You know what? Like, is it? Does it have to be like very thoroughly checked over to count as explored, or is it just that someone has to have sailed across it? Because I feel like someone has sailed across all of the sea before, but I guess they mean like been underneath it. You know what I mean? Because yeah, I miss when there used to be islands that no one knew about. I feel like that doesn't happen anymore. Just kind of like random little islands no one's ever heard of, that no one's ever been to before. And I don't mean the islands that like already have people living there, but aren't, but like are not part of our society. Because I feel like they're very valid, and I don't want to go there because that's their lives. I'm not gonna fucking interrupt them because that's just mean, and that's called colonization. But I mean like actually islands where fuck anyone lives, and it's just fucking land, and like what's it called, fucking, you know how all the fruit that like we modified them, we fucking like inbred all the fruit. You know, bananas are like really inbred. Yeah, bananas are really inbred, guys. And there's, what country is it where like bananas are like really important, and that like a banana company like runs the fucking country and it's really corrupt. It's somewhere. Um yeah. God, everywhere's corrupt. You know what I mean? But on an island where all the fruit is still like inedible because it's not made to be eaten, it's because we haven't tampered with them yet. It's just about being able to reproduce, you know what I mean? Like fucking, I feel like there has to be something bigger than us, you know what I mean? Like there has to be something that's like controlling all of this shit, because I just don't, and I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get how living things like are intelligent and know things and can think enough to like, and have it like ingrained in their DNA of like, I am made to create more of me. And I don't get how we have become so fucking smart that we're like, actually maybe we don't want to fucking create more of us. Like, when did we get so self-aware and so not self-aware? um I feel like something has to be controlling it. Someone has to have made all of this as like a little fun little experiment. You know what I mean? Like there's some otherworldly shit going on here that I'm not going to divulge or think about. So yeah, I just the answer to most questions, there are no reasons. And if there are, I'm wrong. But at least I wouldn't have spent my life waiting, looking for God in the clouds of the dawn. And I feel like that about sums it up. Yes. Why do I feel like this was a speed round and I just fucking completed it? I don't know what I was talking. So that is what is what that is. Okay. And goodbye, YouTube. So long. I'm no, shut up. Okay, bye.